but together it was something quite new, quite funky. No, but it's not funky at all, is it? Stop. I can't do that. Do it again. Oh my God. I can't. Okay, here we go. We are making cheeseburger börek. Yes, you heard correctly. This is a cheeseburger börek. Meliz cooks cheeseburger börek. Let's do it. I'm so excited about showing you how I put this one together. It's one of those recipes that you kind of sometimes want to think outside the box. I've got my standard classics, but there are some things that I think, I wonder if that's been done before. This one hasn't and hadn't, as far as I know. It's such a simple concept. Deliciously crispy, buttery filo pastry encased in a thick, juicy burger, loads of caramelised onions, proper squeaky burger cheese. What more could you want? This is indulgence. So we're going to caramelise these onions slowly. Once I've coated them in the olive oil, I'm going to turn the heat down ever so slightly, and they're probably going to take a good kind of 15 to 20 minutes to caramelise. Give them time. We want delicious, crispy, sweet onions. We don't want burnt onions that are still raw in the middle. Okay, so while the onions are caramelising, I'm going to get the burger mix ready. Now, you need clean hands for this. I've got 300 grams of really good quality beef mince. I've got 1 teaspoon of garlic granules, 3/4 of a teaspoon of really coarse black pepper, and I've got 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt flakes. Go straight in like that. Okay, so just mix that together. And once the onions have caramelised and cooled, we're going to add those to this mix as well. And that's it, literally just quickly mix those dry ingredients into the mince. Don't overmix it, leave it, because you're going to mix it again when you add the caramelised onions in there. Get back to the onions. Okay, the onions are cooking really nicely and slowly. This was one of those recipes that I literally just made on a random Tuesday afternoon, and the reaction was brilliant on Instagram. And it's, to be honest, it's 2 really simple concepts. Cheeseburger börek, let's make a cheeseburger börek. Okay, the onions are very nearly done now. It's only literally a matter of a couple of seconds before we go from being done to being overdone. So I'm just going to keep a close eye over them now and just remove them to this plate that I've lined with kitchen paper so it drains off any excess oil. I've left them alone a lot while they've been cooking and just stirring every now and then so that they don't catch and burn. Okay, I'm very dangerously using a metal fish slice with my nice non-stick pan, but I'm going to be careful not to scratch it. I just want to drain any excess oil from the onions in doing so. I'm going to let these onions cool before we add them to the mince. Okay, make sure you get all of the onion out of the pan. You use the same pan to fry and seal the burger with before you put it in the börek. Okay, you're going to use this pan to seal the burgers in before you add them to the filo. So if there's any excess oil in it, just discard of it, pop it into a heat-proof jug, don't pour it down the sink, and then you're ready to pan fry the burgers in here too. Okay, so I'm going to add about 1/3 of these caramelised onions that have now cooled to the burger mix. So that's the beef mince, the garlic granules, the sea salt flakes, the black pepper, all in there like that. I'm going to make 1 big patty. Now, just be careful here, because the size of the patty in terms of its thickness can make a real difference into how well it cooks once it's cooking in the oven, encased in the filo pastry. So you're probably going for something that's around, I guess, 12 centimetres in diameter. We've already established I'm not very good at maths, so it's probably like 5 centimetres or something. No, I think it'll be about 12. Yeah. And that's going to go straight into that hot pan, not too hot. So again, we're looking for like a medium heat, because we want to seal the burger, but we do want it to cook ever so slightly in the middle, or at least get up to a slightly warmer temperature. Okay, so I'm going to add this patty straight into the pan. And then just leave it, don't touch it yet. Obviously don't let it burn, but if you've got it on a medium heat, it'll be absolutely fine. Sear it for about 2 to 3 minutes on the underside, and then you're ready to flip it over. You know what I'm going to have to do, don't you? I've said it's 12 centimetres in diameter, and now I'm looking at it thinking, I need to check. It's 12. It's exactly 12. Yep, 12 centimetres. That's what we're going for. Yeah, okay. We got this. We got this. It's fine. Okay, so this is the kind of colour you're going for on both sides. You're going to remove that patty onto this kitchen paper so it can drain any excess fat. Then once it's cooled ever so slightly, we're ready to assemble the börek. So while the burger cools, I'm just melting some butter. I'm going to use that to brush in between the filo sheets and the finished filo börek once it's done. So we're almost ready to assemble the börek. I'm just going to whisk up this egg. Use this egg to brush the top of the börek once it's shaped. Okay, so I've left the filo in the fridge so it doesn't dry out. So we're ready to assemble now, so I can take that out. Oh my gosh. Who put that in there? This is like, honestly, I don't know what's happening. It just keeps, poof, appearing. I mean, I don't know where from. We'll just leave that here. Just here. Okay. Right, filo, let's get that out. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the sheets that we're not using covered so they don't dry out. Okay, so we're going to butter this sheet first, then we're going to put another sheet on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross this one over and we're going to butter this as well. Work quickly. I'm too busy chatting, but when you work with filo, you've got to work quickly, again, not to let it dry out. Horizontal again, like so. Such a messy cook. That's right, I'm the cook and the cleaner, so it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Right, so we're going in, guys. We're going with proper dirty burger cheese. So we're going to lay 3 slices of this at the bottom. Now, do bear in mind, this is a recipe that serves 4. You can probably tell from the size of the burger. I wouldn't encourage eating one to yourself. Definitely not. However tempted you might be. So we've got that lovely cheese at the bottom. So we're going in with half of the remaining caramelised onions. So remember, we've got some in the burger. And we're going to carefully lift this patty, that lovely juicy patty on top there. Put the remaining caramelised onions on top, like so. And then all that's left are these 3 remaining slices of burger cheese. Okay, and this is the fun bit, so what we're going to do, and you don't have to be too kind of neat about this, just pull up the sides, wrap it over like so, bring it over, whoop, whoop, amazing. That's it, pretty much, like so. And then we're going to use that remaining melted butter and that egg that we whisked. Before you brush the cheeseburger börek with any butter, pop it onto a tray. It'll make it much easier. You're not lifting a wet, buttery börek onto the tray afterwards. So just brush the remaining butter all over the börek. Effectively, what you're trying to do is create like a burger bun effect with the filo pastry. So we're going to put some sesame seeds on top as well to give that lovely effect once we've brushed it with the egg. And don't be shy with the egg. I mean, you don't want scrambled egg around the sides of your börek, but what you do want is a lovely golden brown colour, and this egg will ensure that you get that. Okay, we're going on with some toasted sesame seeds. Open those up to create that lovely cheeseburger-esque burger bun. The oven is preheated at 170 degrees centigrade in my fan-assisted oven, but 190 degrees centigrade if you've got a conventional oven. And that's going in for about 35 to 45 minutes. You want the cheeseburger börek to cook slowly so that it doesn't just cook quickly and the burger stays raw inside. So that's why you're giving it a slightly lower temperature and a slightly longer cooking time. I can't wait. Okay, I'm just going to show you how I make this really simple dipping sauce. 1 part pomegranate molasses, 2 parts tomato ketchup. So I've got that 1 tablespoon of pomegranate molasses in there. Bit of guesswork, but let's be honest, I've been quite lucky with my guesswork. 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup, Give it a good stir, and that is your delicious sweet tart dipping sauce for the börek, which is very, very nearly ready. Cannot wait to cut through it. Oozy cheese, juicy beef, crispy filo. Amazing. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Crispy, buttery, delicious filo waiting to be cut into. In fact, are you ready for this? I don't know if I am, to be quite honest. I always get excited about which way to cut it. I think I feel like I need to cut it that way. Right. Hear that proper crispy filo there. Smells absolutely oh my goodness, incredible. Cheeseburger Börek. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. Crispy, but I mean, I know I said it was for 4, but seriously, can you control yourself? I'm not picking that up. I mean, it's hot, but it's amazing. Cheeseburger Börek. That is something that I want you to make. It is absolutely divine. Crispy, cheesy, beefy, absolutely delicious. It's cooled down enough now, so let's have a little bit. It's still crispy. Look at that. A little bit of everything there. Filo, cheese, the beef, and that gorgeous dipping sauce. Got to get stuck in with this one. Oh my God. We're done. Amazing.